CBS 4's Riel Crane is live on the scene with the breaking details. Riel, good morning.
Good morning, Maribel and Lauren. A whole lot of new information that we just learned from police and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, which is taking over this investigation. This was an active shooter, they say, inside of Trump National Doral, a man who they say walked into the building, not a guest, with an American flag. He draped that flag over the desk, began yelling about President Trump, and then began shooting inside the lobby of the hotel on the property. I want you to take a look at the video of that scene from earlier this morning. Both officers from Miami-Dade and Doral police responded quickly and engaged that shooter and then shot that man. Officers from both agencies fired, shooting him multiple times. One officer was hurt. He was not shot, but he did suffer a wrist injury. Police saying right now it's unclear exactly how that happened. But take a look at this. Our camera was there as that man, who police say was the gunman, arrived at the hospital in handcuffs but sitting up on a stretcher. Again, FDLE says he was shot multiple times. That man now in stable condition. Authorities updating us just a short time ago about how all of this went down.
I want to be able to really.
And they say there were no other victims. No one else was shot other than that man. The hotel, they also say, was never evacuated at any point or shut down. Meantime, of course, they're continuing to investigate right now. They have identified the man, but they're not sharing that information. But they're still investigating whether or not there was a political motivation behind this shooting. Lauren and Maribel. Good morning. The victim tells CBS 4 News she has no idea how she managed to fight that man off, especially when she was recovering from a hand injury due to a car accident. But she's so thankful she did, especially after hearing that's the same man who police say raped a woman just blocks away.
And I've been living here like 14 years already. I was very, very lucky.
Yeah, lucky indeed. Canty is still on the loose. He has a very long rap sheet. Police say he is armed and dangerous. They are desperate for information in this case. If you know anything, the number to Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers is 305-471-TIPS. You can remain anonymous. We're live in downtown Miami. Riel Crane, CBS 4 this morning. Well, hours after this shooting happened, deputies are still on the scene here at this club where they say that 4 people were shot early this morning. This is right on Dixie Highway, North Dixie Highway in Deerfield Beach. I want you to take a look at the video from earlier this morning. BSO called here in a report of a shooting at about 2:25 a.m. When deputies got here, they say that they found 3 men and a woman who'd been shot at the club. All of the victims were rushed to Broward Health North, which is also where we spoke to a woman who says she was inside the club at the time and saw a cousin and a friend get shot right in front of her eyes.
He was just after that, he pulled out the gun and just started shooting.
Well, she says the shooting even continued outside the club. Unclear, she says, what started this, but she says this was some sort of an after party. Meantime, BSO telling us that all of the people who were rushed to the hospital have non-life-threatening injuries, so all are expected to survive. Right now, at this hour, there's no word on who that shooter is. We're live in Deerfield Beach. Riel Crane, CBS 4 this morning. Good morning, Maribel and Lauren. Yes, this was a smash and grab, and you can see just how complete the destruction here is. This is the T-Mobile store. This is at 1692 Miami Gardens Drive. You can see the front of the store is just completely smashed in. There is glass and debris everywhere inside the store and spilling out outside of the store onto the street here, onto the sidewalk. I don't know if you can see just inside the store, but there is a surveillance camera there, and actually there's also a television that projects to you the front image of the store. Now, we want to show you what happened. Take a look at the video just a short time ago. You could see as police were inside investigating. We understand that there are surveillance cameras in there that captured what happened. 3 men, showing 3 men ramming a vehicle into the store. They got out, ran inside, began grabbing cell phones and merchandise and whatever else they could get their hands on, and then left and ran out of the store. Now, police were here for some time this morning investigating, but have since left the scene. The district manager is here on site. He was not able to provide the video to us, but he tells us the cleanup will begin here shortly at just about 7 o'clock this morning, but it could take a very long time. He did also say, though, that because a lot of the things are pinned down in the store, it's actually difficult to get a lot out, so it's not exactly clear how much merchandise was taken. We're live in North Miami-Dade. Riel Crane, CBS 4 this morning.
We have team coverage beginning with CBS 4's Riel Crane, who is live from the scene in Doral. Riel?
Elliot, that suspect is still alive after police tell us they shot him multiple times in that confrontation that happened here. The gunman, who they say showed up to this well-known Trump property yelling about the president and then opened fire. His motivation now a critical part of the investigation. The resort owned by the president, police radio calls sound the alarm. A man had stormed the lobby.
Trump, Doral, 4187 reference an active shooter.
42-year-old Jonathan Odie, police say shot multiple times, sitting upright and conscious as he's wheeled into the hospital. After investigators say he confronted officers with gunfire inside the hotel. Chopper 4 overhead what began at about 1:30 in the morning. Police say Odie, dressed in black, armed with a semi-automatic gun, had pulled the fire alarm, stole an American flag from the back of the property, took it to the lobby, and draped it over the front desk, ranting anti-Trump obscenities before he starts shooting.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Male is behind the desk. He started setting up the flag and he prepared the area for battle.
Miami-Dade Police Director Juan Perez says he believes it was a setup. Hotel workers and guests able to safely get away, while he says surveillance seemed to show Odie preparing for officers, all the while firing into the ceiling.
Some type of ambush type of attack, trying to lure our police officers into this gunfight. He did succeed and he did lose.
They take him down.
He dropped his gun. He dropped his gun. I have him custody. He's shot.
In the fire exchange, police say it was only Odie who was shot in the lower body. One officer injured, falling and breaking his arm during the gun battle.
These guys that came into that building today showed tremendous guts, bottom line. Big guts, and they faced the threat and they eliminated the threat.
Well, again, no one else other than Odie was shot in this gunfire exchange. Police say there are multiple law enforcement agencies looking into this, including Homeland Security, the FBI, and even Secret Service. We're live in Doral. Rael Creighton, CBS 4 News.
Rael, thank you for that. Our team